Good morning, guys. Wherever you guys are watching this, I hope you guys are having the most amazing, beautiful, magical day. And I wanted to just take a moment for whoever needs this today, whoever wants to hear this, whoever has been looking for a sign to come back to your body or to feel good again, this is it. So I invite you to join me. You know, the last weekend was really busy for me, busier than normal, busier like it used to be 7 years ago. And I did a lot. I had like 2 birthdays. I saw my friends in Orange County, like groups of different friends, and I had a charity walk, and then I met up with other friends, and then it just kept going. And it was really fun at the time, and I don't regret any of it because I'm really grateful. I get to see all my friends, and I found myself just going back to that, for a weekend, going back to that Yuri that I used to be, which was that go, 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 go. And coming out of that, I felt out of alignment, out of flow. And I was doing, and I was doing a lot. And I just found myself not feeling in that flow anymore that I was just last week. And even one of my coaches, reflected that back to me. He's like, "Hey, Yuri, how are you feeling?" I'm like, I'm great. And I just found myself just not fully being present. And so, of course, this is something that I help my clients with. And I have to constantly reel myself back to go back to that place of alignment. So wherever you guys are today, unless you're driving, don't do this, but I invite you to just join me for a quick minute of pause from the world. A quick just coming back to our body, our home, our temple for a minute with me if you'd like. So let's do this. If you're sitting down and you're watching this, plant your feet on the floor to the Mother Earth, or maybe you can just crisscross your legs like I am right now. Allow your spine to come into alignment. Stack your spine as if there's something pulling you from the top of your crown. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Check in with your jaw. You hold a lot of stress in your jaw, so let go of that if you are. Check in with the space between your temples. And just imagine that space just being open and limitless. Check in with your third eye. You massage it a little bit. And I love doing this for any kind of meditation or just a moment of rest, is I place my left hand on my heart and my right hand on my belly. And it's almost kind of like a self-hug. It produces oxytocin for yourself, and it just feels really good. And it allows you to connect to your life force, your heart beating, your breathing, and it's so magical if you think about it. So allow your left hand to just really feel your heart beating. It's so cool. Just listen to it for a second. And send massive gratitude to it. And as you do that, you'll start to feel this energy shift from your heart. And you just see this radiance coming out of your heart. With your right hand, get present with what's going on in your belly. So much going on. Breathing, and it rises and it falls. Maybe even envision that there's this circle of energy that's white, that's coming from between your left hand to your right, and it's going in circles. Take a deep inhale in, and then exhale. And maybe for a second, just bring awareness to what you hear, what you feel in your hands, what you smell, what you see. For me, just by slowing down just now, I can hear the leaves moving in the trees. I can hear the wind. I can hear the birds. I can hear all of this at once. And there's so much magic happening around us all the time. And then maybe check in again with the inner world of your body. And then just take a moment with you. Give yourself this moment just to be with you. Take a deep inhale in, and then exhale. Another deep inhale and exhale. And as we do this collectively, it's even more powerful. We're sending amazing vibes to the world. And the best gift that we can give ourselves and the world is to really show up as the most magical version of ourselves. So maybe another deep inhale and then exhale. And just be for a second. This might be uncomfortable for some of you guys. If so, I even more so invite you to join. So for those of you joining, I'm just putting my left hand on my heart, right hand on my belly. Just melting in this moment. I hear the cars, all the busyness in the world, people going to the things that they love, to go see the people they love, to do the things that they love. I hear the wind. I hear the little bugs fully expressing themselves in this world. I hear little laughters from my neighbors. They must be making breakfast with their family. And truly, in this moment, we realize we are co-creating with the world all the time. Take another deep inhale in through your nose. And then exhale, relax your shoulders a little bit more. Let go of the stress in your jaws a little bit more. Allow your gaze to go in between your eyebrows, gently with your eyes closed if that's what you're doing. And allow your body to be the alchemist of any negative, any less than good vibes. And as it enters through your nose, your mouth, as you're breathing, it actually gets alchemized into magic. Take another deep inhale in through your nose. And relax, exhale, and maybe release your hands at this time. And are you guys feeling good? If you're still with me or watching this replay, I hope that gave you the pause from the world. And it's interesting because as we meditate, it actually gives us so much more time. I've been getting messages from everywhere that I need to slow down so that I can create more, so I can be more productive. And it just kind of gives you that pause in your body and just in your life. And it gives you the space to realign, remember why you're doing what you're doing. Every day, why are you doing anything all the time? And if we stop questioning that, that's when we go out of alignment. It's no fun anymore. I want to actually quickly share my experience with you guys, if that's okay, about me visiting the monastery. So I went to the Deer Park Monastery about a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. And they have something called the walking meditation. So all the monks, and you guys can go there anytime. It's free, like anyone can go. And we do something called like a walking meditation, and then one of the monks, did a little talk for a while, and then we did something called the eating meditation, which I was fascinated by because I've never done that before. And for anyone who's looking to become more of a conscious eater, literally more conscious eater, this is an excellent exercise, and I want to share this with you guys. So the walking meditation was really amazing. So imagine like your slowest walk that you can ever do on your own will, and then imagine it being 500 times slower. That's what the walking meditation is. So you literally just take one step at a time and just go so slow. And I was like immediately triggered. I was like, this is way too slow. And then I remembered, I'm like, oh, this is why I'm here. This is why I'm here. This is my my practice of, tapping into that level of patience, tapping into that pause, really actually surrendering to the rhythm of the universe as I was walking in this beautiful, I don't even know what to call it, this ranch, mountain, or whatever. So we did that, and that was amazing. And after a while, I started walking with my eyes closed and just like fully trusting all my senses besides my sight that I can do this. So that was amazing. But what I really wanted to share with you guys real quick is my food meditation that I did. And I invite you guys to try this if you have a moment today or sometime this week. So first what you do is you prepare this beautiful meal. For this particular exercise, I'm not vegan, but I might actually invite you guys to try a vegan meal with a lot of whole foods, so no processed foods. So you would have like your veggies, your, fruits and all of this in a beautiful bowl of some sort. Maybe you can make like a little, I don't know what they're called, but I don't know if you guys been to Eve, they have those bowls. So you can make something that's really healthy and beautiful looking. And so for the food meditation, what you do is before you eat, first of all, you look at the food. You can look at all the colors. You look at all the shapes of each food. So if there's broccoli, like really just become present with the shape and the smell and the weight and the texture of that particular food. And then like be in amusement, be curious about it. And then, really examine all of those blessings in front of you, the abundance that this universe brought in a bowl for you. And then what you do is you really start to thank all the people that were involved just for you to have that one little bowl of food. So, what I would do is I think about the farmers. I would think about the drivers, the food truck drivers who put the food, like they had to lift up all those veggies into a truck, and then someone had to drive it for many, many hours, and then someone had to unload it into my nearby Sprouts, and then they had to stack it, maybe wash it, and then there's like the cashier who helped me check out. Like all of those people had to be there for me to have this one bowl of amazing food. So really, really sitting, this bowl of food represents the labor of all the people that were involved for me to have this one beautiful, perfect bite. So that's the first step into the food meditation that I did at the Deer Park Monastery. For those of you guys joining, I'm just explaining what I did at the monastery as food meditation. And then you can also take a moment to smell it, really get present with the beautiful aromas of all the food in front of you. And I'm sure some of you guys are like, whoa, this is too slow already. And this is really the point, to slow down, to see what's happening everywhere we go. Like, what are we doing? How blessed are we all the freaking time? So you smell it, and then what you do is you pick up the fork or spoon, whatever you're eating with, and maybe you can even eat with your hands for enhanced, sensual experience. And then you pick up the food, you put it in your mouth, and you put the spoon down. You put it down, and you put your hands on your lap, and you can even close your eyes if you like, and just become really present with the flavors, the way that you get to chew, the way that it hits your tongue and your teeth, and the way that your mouth salivates when you start to eat it. and the texture and all the little, particles of food just really being broken down in your body, in your mouth. And then maybe allow it to like really sit with the fact that it's going down your throat and then your, whatever, I don't know all the biology, but your stomach, all of that, right? And then you get to really get excited about all of that happening. And then you can even like feel the food being like digested in your stomach, like all of that. It's so cool. And I don't know about you guys, but I had a very interesting relationship with food for a while when I was younger. Like, I had my share of like, body image and, all of that confidence things going on when I was younger. And I had a very interesting relationship with food. And I would say I have a pretty healthy relationship with food now, but like this exercise like kicked up a whole different notch. Just like really, appreciating what really is going on when you eat. So then I took that bite, swallowed it all the way, and then I picked up the fork again. So for those of you joining, I'm talking about food meditation. So you take another bite and then you do the whole process all over again. Close your eyes, really experience the food being chewed and you salivating and all this magic that's happening in your mouth just for you to actually turn this piece of veggie or fruit into fuel for your body. And it's such a magical process. And then you get to feel it going down and so on. So we did that for a while, and we weren't, we were invited not to talk for the entire thing so that we can really sit with the presence of that relationship with food. And the monk offered a very, very interesting, profound insight for me that I've never thought about before. And it really activated this whole other perspective of what it really means to be interconnected, to really be one with the universe. And he's like, so what is the moment that the food becomes you? Is it the moment that you chew? Is it the moment that you swallow? Is it the moment that it sits in your stomach? Or does that food actually not, it actually leaves you and it doesn't become you? Like, where do we find that distinction? And so then when do you become a part of the earth? It's really, there's no black and white answer. It's kind of this continuous process. You eat it, some of it becomes you, some of it doesn't. And part of you becomes the earth, and like all of this, we're constantly shedding our cells and hair and all this, and it becomes a part of the earth. And we think we're such a, closed off, separate identity, where we think that we're such a closed off bubble, like I'm Yuri and your chair or whatever. But really, like, we're all co-creating all the time. There isn't a moment that the food actually becomes you and it actually doesn't become you. It's kind of this continuous process. And so that was really, really powerful for me going through this food meditation and really recognizing that I impact the world just by the way I chew, just the way I pick up my fork and eat it, and just everything. So, even before I came on this live, and I try to do this with everything I do, especially when it's, reaching a lot more people, is that I check in with myself, like, how can I show up that I can truly send love to all the people who I'm going to impact through my interaction today, whether it's virtual, in person. And of course, like I said, over the weekend when I'm so busy and I'm not as, intentional and not as slowing down to be more present, I feel like I miss those opportunities. So I just wanted to invite you guys to sit with me today, and I thank you for sharing this beautiful moment. It's a moment that we're never going to get back, and it's so precious. And it's it just kind of gives you that pause that could actually give you more productivity and creativity, all of that. I 100% feel it. I 100% feel that I have more time in the day when I meditate, which makes no sense, I know. But, I think the mistake here is sometimes that we are supposed to understand everything here when we just know here sometimes, where we think that we have to have like a scientific explanation for everything, which by the way there are. Not that the time necessarily slows down, but the fact that meditation is really, really good for you, and it actually allows you to produce more and create more. So anyways, thank you so much for joining. I hope you guys enjoy that. I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend. And yeah, I think Halloween is coming up. I actually already did my dressing up. I was R2-D2. I didn't even know that I was R2-D2. One of my best friends just kind of gave me this costume. I wore it, and I didn't even know what R2-D2 was. That was interesting. Anyways, going off tangent there. But I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend, and also be intentional about like what that day means to you. Like for me, after my dad passed away, the Day of the Dead and Halloween just kind of has a different meaning. So yeah, so I hope you guys, stay intentional, take a moment to slow down if you feel like there's just a lot going on. And I send you guys so much love. Bye.